Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 for Sith Lords. I am once again your host, Cord. For those of you who weren't with me for the weekly D&D run, I accidentally categorized it as this, so I apologise for playing the extended online multiplayer without recognising it. So, last time we recruited the Disciple. We cleared up pretty much half of these ruins. Of course, if you're new to the channel, feel free to chat, interact. I'm always up for a good laugh and a good conversation with everyone. Anyway, let's begin.
There is something I have observed, and now I feel I must say it. I have found your presence to be inspiring. With your growth in the Force, you seem to have found your center, and throughout the dangers we face, you remain calm and focused.
You're right, I've never felt better.
I understand now why others followed you to war. Perhaps that is what leadership is, and it is something I have seen in only a few during my travels. In any event, it has been some time since I traveled with a Jedi, nor one so firmly upon the path. I wanted to thank you. I fear the stories that were spoken of you have misrepresented you, and if I have the opportunity, I shall reverse them whenever they arise.
I thank you for your kind words, but they are not necessary.
Very well. Then I shall keep my favorable opinions to myself.
I have other questions.
That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
You look familiar to me.
I imagine in your travels of the galaxy. That is hardly surprising.
What are you doing for the Republic?
I am on a diplomatic mission. I am one of several tasked with attempting to contact any remaining Jedi and convince them to return to the Republic.
Have you had any luck?
I do not think it is a matter of luck or chance, only my own inability to find them. I am afraid that the life of a bounty hunter is not a profession I am suited to. Regardless, my efforts turned up nothing.
I have found one of the lost Jedi.
You have? Where have they gone? And why?
They have seemed to have scattered all over the galaxy the past few years around various planets. It's as if they went into exile.
Like you? Curious. It is unlike the Jedi to vanish when the Republic is in need of them, and the Republic is more in need of them now than ever.
I think they've gone in search of what made the rest of the lost Jedi vanish.
What was that? Do you know?
I believe Sith assassins have been stalking the Jedi, murdering them one by one.
Perhaps the Sith have learned from Malak's defeat and have chosen a different tactic. It is like them to strike from the shadows. This has Revan's mark in things.
But I thought Revan had redeemed himself by defeating Malak.
Yes, but there is much of Revan's legacy that was not undone in the Jedi Civil War. I suspect these assassins are one of them. Master Vandar spoke of these assassins in the council chambers. They were used before large assaults on planets and Jedi to weaken them.
I have a question.
That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know? I imagine in your that is hardly...
We asked most of this last stream. What do you know about force bonding?
A force bond? What do you mean?
I have a connection with another that could be lethal to us both.
I'm not sure I understand.
I have a bond with another that transmits pain across distances. If she suffers, I suffer. If she dies, there's a chance I'll die too. What?
No. I thought I had heard mention of such connections in some of the holocrons, but I do not possess them. They are part of the holocrons that were taken from the Enclave.
Where would the holocrons be?
I do not know. I do not know who has taken them. If we were to find them, perhaps I could help you find the answers you need.
What do you remember about the bonds?
I know some of what you speak. It is said that when a Jedi and Padawan establish a close connection, that they can feel each other across distances and coordinate their movements in battle. The intensity of the connection varies. That bonding is said to also be something that manifests itself in such techniques as Bastila's battle meditation, the ability to touch the minds of others, to demoralize or inspire them. It is also said that moments of death or near death may also cause such bonds. The stronger one is in the Force, the stronger the connection.
Is such a bond even ever lethal?
I've never heard of a bond being lethal. I suppose such a thing is possible. I had not truly believed Bastila's battle meditation until I had seen it in action.
Are you talking about Disciple Siren or the game? Are you able to hear the game alright? You said feel each other across distances. What about each other's thoughts?
Thoughts. Images, perhaps, but not actual communication and words. A bond often causes a sensation to be passed along it, such as extreme fear and pain. Still, I have seen Jedi who have the ability to communicate with aliens and beasts. It is a rare thing. Perhaps telepathy is one such talent.
Never mind. Nothing, never mind. I'll stop it now, because I've asked the questions I wanted to ask.
Forgive me, but there is something I must ask. In my study of the Jedi histories and the more contemporary records, I have heard tales of a Jedi who was exiled. You are that Jedi, but the records are somewhat evasive on why this was done. I wanted to discuss why you chose to leave the Jedi Order and accept exile.
I felt to protect the... I left to protect the innocence of the Outer Rim.
I see. And because you went to war, they cast you out?
At first I thought that was the sole reason. Now I'm not so sure.
Do you have a record of this trial?
T3M4 has a copy of it.
Perhaps I shall examine it when I get the chance. With your permission.
You're free to do so.
I appreciate your trust. Thank you.
Okay, that's my first influence. I remember how to do that. Sorry, it's been a while since I've played the game. Yep.
I have studied the holorecord of your trial. I am unsure what to make of it. I must confess that I was searching for some meaning beyond the records. A reason for why one would leave the Order.
Why?
Did you know that exile is a rare sentence? It is not really something that the Order can enforce. Believe it or not, it was really your choice.
Why would I choose such a thing?
I do not know. That is a question best answered by yourself. But it is you who made the choice to turn away, not them.
I still don't believe it.
I'm not certain I do either, but it is something worth considering.
Are you sure I don't know you? You look familiar. More so than before.
You are correct. I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past. If I look familiar, it is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us how to move within the Force and see it flow within others. How to see it in the behaviors of others and use that sight to achieve truth. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different. We could all feel it. And I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the Archives, was first among them. I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct. I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path. And in any event, there was no one to train me, even if I wished it. They all went to war, as I grew past the age of acceptance.
So you turned away from the Jedi, the Force, because of me?
It is possible to forget the Force, you know. If you have not felt it strongly enough, then there is little to miss. But I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved, so that your lessons would not be lost.
I'm sorry that my leaving for war had such consequences on your future.
Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked.
What now, Tyrant? If you were once a Jedi, what are you doing for the Republic then?
I am on a diplomatic mission. I am one of several tasked with attempting to contact any remaining Jedi and convince them to return to the Republic.
Other questions?
That is hardly...
Tell me about your training on Dantooine.
Many Jedi went to go fight in the Mandalorian Wars, and few returned. To their disciples left behind on Dantooine, on Coruscant, there were few masters to train them. I was one such student. Perhaps not as strong in the Force as the others, but it really did not matter. The teachers left behind were few. Only a few students were accepted as the Mandalorian Wars raged on, and when I came of age, there were no masters left to train me. So I was forced to leave the Order, to seek my path elsewhere. It was for the best, I think. I had begun to have doubts, and I think the Masters were aware of them.
I'm sorry if my leaving ruined your chance of becoming a Jedi Knight.
Your apologies are not needed, or warranted. I chose not to follow the Jedi, and the choice was my own.
I can train you to feel the Force again.
I think you are right. It is time. I have watched you. You have become strong in the Force again. But that is not all. You have achieved a center in the chaos around us, and I have felt it, my master. The one intended for me.
Oh my god, that really is
left to fight
easy.
in the Mandalorian Wars. Now she has returned. And I ask her now if she will train me in the ways of the Force.
I'm sorry, but that's far easier than even Visas. Wow. I do not remember this. I will train you.
The one who was to be my master was lost at Malachor 5. I want you to teach me the ways of the Force, to become a Jedi Knight, what I meant to be.
Yep. Then let us meditate and open ourselves to the Force. Hooray, we've got all our trainable companions trained. Imagine the initial teachings of the Jedi, your first steps within the Enclave. Remember the wind across the plains of Dantooine, the feel of life around you. Think of what you felt when our paths crossed again. And at last, see the galaxy through the Force. Yay! Every single companion has been trained now. My main quest is complete.
I am ready.
I will swap him out for the Handmaiden once. Well, Visa, sorry, out for the Handmaiden once. Once I'm done here, because I've got a pretty clear idea of who I'm going to take for each planet. There we go. 2 weapon fighting's good for you, because that's what I'm playing for you anyway. Regen force points for a consular, that's super important. Until I get your lightsaber, I may as well get you deflect. No. Let me get that wisdom up, Mr. Consular. Get you battle meditation. No, not really. I think lightsaber deflection's tied to your feet. I believe it's Jedi defense. Powers. I'll get you revitalize and I'll get you speed. I need the organics done really, because we don't really fight many droids on Dantooine. Yep, deflect 2 on force effect is what's required for that. And he can get that now. And I'll also get you advanced heal. Get you battle meditation. Rank 2. I'm building disciple to be my buffer basically. I normally build disciple as such. Yeah, I'm not worried about his charisma. His charisma seems fine enough. But a 10 wisdom for a starting out consular is atrocious. I'm sorry. I'll get him master toughness, why not? Master speed, of course. And I'll get you stasis field. Improve revitalize, I guess. They really did. guess I'll start working on the droid spells. Didn't mean to put both of them there. Never mind. Feats. What feat should I give you? I mean, I may as well work on your Jedi defense because when you get your lightsaber, that'll be useful. Powers, Master Heal, and Master Battle Meditation. Fair. I'll probably just focus on his treat injury pretty much at this point. One more level up. Get your wisdom up to the same as your charisma at least. And he's got Sarisu as well. Perfect. Destroy droid. Let's get you outfitted. In fact, Tyron, I'm finally gonna give in to your request. And do this. I'm gonna give Disciple my old robe, and I'm gonna switch myself to the Matakai robe. Is that better? Charlie Shield. Mandalorian Power Shield. I'll give you a Nerve Amplifier belt for now. Consciousness Helm. Gel Shay. I'm gonna give him the Insight one because I'm just gonna completely buff out his wisdom. Again, Shock Staff will be alright for now. I don't think I have anything better, so yeah, that'll do for now. There we go, got Rook's location. So it's time to go and finish the rest of this ruins, get 2 more lightsabers, and then do some crystal farming. And before you ask, yes, Tara, I'm going to get myself 1 more dark side point to get the lightsaber from Captain Zeron, because what's the point of doing that? There's no real reward for doing this. For Dead Salvage Quest light side. And if I want to get all the lightsabers I can possibly get for my trained Jedi, I'm going to need to do that quest, dark side, to get the lightsaber. Oh. While we're at it, and you need to be on Force Channel.
I am listening.
A weakness is revealed.
No, target the one in front of you. Nicely done, Thesis. Access the worker log, view the pending log, prior work logs. Overload for 10 seconds. Plenty of time to get back. Now let's blow through these loots. Another O-Pillar Crystal and some Mandalorian heavy armor, that'll be very useful to sell. We'll get some more parts from. Yeah, I can probably see that. A Sith mask. Disciple can wear that. Is that better than his consciousness helm? I actually think it is. I would say it is. Okay, I think I've got you some better gloves, Disciple. There you go. Just gotta get you a lightsaber and you're pretty much set. Whoops, didn't mean to press caps lock.
A weakness is revealed.
Tamper with the will because we need the lightsaber. We need the extra lights, all the extra lightsabers we can get at the moment. I've got like a ton of Jedi, and I've only got 2 lightsabers between all of them. That will not do it all.
A weakness is revealed. A weakness is
This
revealed.
battle is joined.
Found an extra area. Oh, I've got plenty of light side points saved up, Tyrant. Plenty. I mean, I'm max light side right now, so I shouldn't take too much of a hit. Some sonic grenade. Yeah, I've got a kit. I've got a care to get light side points on. Easy. I can get the light side points from Suru straight. I could always turn in Geron's quest first, and then turn in Suru's quest to get the instant light side points. Right, to instantly get light side points back, so there's that. I've explored everywhere. Yes, I have. Right. Time to have a duel with Lagrick! Garevich just doesn't care about Lagricks.
A weakness is revealed.
Now to kill a
Braved the
douchey bird.
perils of the sublevel, yes. Many stories and artifacts in your possession. This is fortuitous for myself and associates. For now, not only do I get rich salvage, but an even richer bounty. Do not be making this difficult. Your death can be quite painless.
I'm afraid your death won't be.
So, this is your threat? Is terror what I'm supposed to feel? We know a thing about Jedi and their ways. And now, Jedi, we shall fight.
Not much of a fight, is it?
This one is mine. You have left me an opening.
A weakness is revealed.
Easy as pie. Time to use the mod. Replace visas. Hi, Handmaiden! Your mod's working really well so far, Tyrant, so there's nothing wrong to report right now.
I feel much better now, thanks to you. I don't think I thanked you properly down there. I was pretty shaken. I found a few Jedi artifacts down in the sublevels. I was planning on selling them to Darala, but I'll sell them to you if you want them instead.
I'm here about Sulu's moisture evaporator.
Oh, that again? I sold Sulu the moisture vaporator in the same condition it was in when I found it.
That's not the whole truth, is it?
All right. Darala got there before me, and she just took the modulator because she was loaded down with the other stuff that Sulu abandoned. But after I sold the farmer back his moisture vaporator, I won the modulator from Darala in a game of stones.
Don't you think it's despicable to make someone buy back their own possessions from you?
Finders keepers. I've got a permit that allows me to salvage anything on the Enclave grounds. I didn't make up the laws here, but I abide by them all the same.
I don't care, just give me the modulator.
You're a bit demanding, aren't you? If you want the modulator, I'll sell it to you for 500 credits, the same price I offer to Sulu.
You will give me the modulator.
I'll give you the modulator.
You will give me 500 credits.
I'll give you 500 credits.
Instant light side point availability succeeded.
Back again, huh? I don't know what more I can say to you, but it's nice to see you again, regardless.
How much do you want for the Jedi artifacts?
I found 3 things down there. One's some sort of crystal, and the others look like lightsaber parts. If you give me 1,000 credits, you can have it all. That'll be enough for me to get off this rock. No returns on this, you're stuck with what you buy.
Alright.
A pleasure doing business with you. Now I can finally get passage back home. I hope that junk is worth it to you, I really do. Come back anytime. It'll take me a while to get everything set straight.
Hey, regular lightsaber. going to swap out Disciple real quick to get T3 in. Cute ready an item for me. Let's get you some decent crystals in here to start with. I'll do the repair stuff with T3 now while I've got him. Just sit still, this won't take long. I should do it. You feel you're doing alright? Yay! Ah, the magic of save game editing at work. What do you mean I faded out for a second? You were shut down. I had other questions for you. Ready for some more routine maintenance? I'll try and make this quick. All done with the response package. Give it a spin. Yay! Now if I was just caught up with my work. Out of the questions, maybe some more advanced maintenance is in order. Lock your motivators and unlock the side panel. Those look great, should be good to go. Yay! Oh, fine, I guess I got caught up in my work. Other questions? Do you mind if I try working on you one last time? I keep feeling like there's something I'm missing. Alright, be still, calm yourself. Yay! Guess I'm fine, I felt calm, connected. Yay! Oh, fine, really. Let me see what asking some questions. Just so I want to practice. I'm done with T3. Yay! Nice bit of trivia, Tyron. Let's go kill some calf hounds, shall we? Celebrate.
Together now! This one is mine! This battle is joint. You have left me an opening!
Nice little side trip into Khoonda. I'll do Zeron first, get the dark side points and the lightsaber out of the way. And then I can just go to speak to Sularu and get instant light side points back. That's my plan at least. Hang on a second, I just got a text message from the Northern Power Grid. It's just warning me that I might have some power fluctuations. It shouldn't be an issue for now, I hope. But in case I do lose connection, that's why.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it?
Neither one.
I see. Well, what's your reason for coming to militia headquarters?
Wanted to see if anyone needed a hand.
Rare thing, a visitor wanting to help out. Looks to me like you're here to explore the Jedi ruins. But we have a thing or two that need doing. You seriously want to help, just ask about it. Or any other questions you might have. You want something?
I want to ask you about the salvagers who died in the Enclave.
I'll tell you what I tell all those grubby salvagers. No body, no claim. I'm no longer even looking at wills or credit notes. And if you think that's gruesome, then go space yourself.
I have the bodies right here. One of them had a will.
Let me see the will. I'll be glad to get rid of this claim and get those salvagers out of my headquarters. Let me see. He left his claim to you. How'd he even... You know, at this point, I don't even care. I'll have one of the militia get the claim for you. Here's your claim. I'll go let the salvagers know that it's been taken care of. Hopefully this is the last I hear of it.
Hey, another regular lightsaber. Second regular lightsaber for Handmaiden. Ew, it's yellow. T-free. Upgrade, please. Ew. Let's give orange, much better color. Bronze is better, I agree, Tyron, but I'm saving bronze for Atten. Right, and now to instantly cure myself with those dark side
Any
points.
luck on getting my modulator back from Joran? I don't think anyone here will be able to help me.
Here's your modulator and the 500 credits that were extorted from you.
Fantastic. I'd only hoped to get the modulator back. I never imagined you would get my money back, too. How did you do it?
He's a salvager. He's been dealt with.
Really? You must have been very persuasive. I'm relieved this situation is finally resolved. You have more than earned this reward.
See? Instantly cured. And I've got a Zabrak heavy blaster out of it for Atten. If you look at my character sheet, I'm almost back to full light. It did, but I can get the light side points back. I just need one more boost.
This battle is joined. Together then.
All I need to get is make sure I can get Handmaiden to do a Taru form, and I'm set with her.
I shall honor them in battle.
Together then.
This will teach you.
Yutapak mito, hai best nicha dochin mapao krawenosha. What a lord chiba fusot bachila nuba chubanok.
My apologies.
Yatuka uwanrika chotin wani maurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
The Kibra don't attack you. Why is that?
Huta yanolia, jukta geni chubawonki najung winoton ma no miurita.
I'm an explorer like you. You could share your secret with me.
Kavanatakalu, kavanami donkey krato. Kavanatakalu, kavanami donkey krato. Bram tabanin sochu. Da come jusmak miki baranyeto so rika chondin, wana magrable mogo. Yatuka wan rika chotin wani maurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
What do you know about the other mercenaries?
Bram tabanin sochu. Da come jusmak miki baranyeto so rika chondin, wana magrable mogo. Yatuka wan rika chotin wani maurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
Why do they keep you out of the loop?
Kavadumpa, mo wendido chokerembi norta kunyun wish chawaka chuba, sura dachi morotuko kansa.
You mentioned crystals.
Yatuka wanrika chotin wani maurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
The energy you speak of is the Force. I sense some small Force potential in you.
Yatuka wanrika chotin wani maurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
I'll be going now. thermal detonator. That may come in handy in the future, in the battle later on.
You have left me an opening!
Nicely done, Disciple. I think I've got myself a good balanced squad for this, for the rest of this planet.
This battle is joined!
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you.
This place affects me strangely. There is a tingling in my forehead.
This cave is force sensitive. I've read of places such as this.
Force-sensitive locations such as this absorb and reflect force energy. The crystals are the catalyst here. I sense that Revan once passed through here, leaving a strong impression behind in the crystals. Perhaps future Jedi who visit this cave will feel our presence, as if seeing our footprints preserved in the soil.
Both of them triggered. I'm happy as well, Tyron. You said the crystals absorb the force. I feel strange, but not weaker.
The crystals here do not drain force energy from Jedi. They collect the excess energy that radiates from those attuned to the force.
Tell me more about these crystals.
The crystals here are infused with the force. Some could be harvested and used for lightsabers.
I don't like the idea of leaving evidence behind.
That can hardly be avoided. Even mundane actions of the basest creatures can create detectable ripples in the force. A Minok beating its wings on the plains could cause a sandstorm in the desert. And figuratively speaking, Jedi have much bigger wings.
Okay. Stand ready out!
You have left me an opening!
This will teach you. I shall honor them with battle.
This battle is joined!
Force immunity. Get that correct.
A challenge.
You have left me an opening!
Ah. The Meteor crystal.
The crystal responds to you. This is very rare indeed.
What does it mean?
The crystal's bond with you is such that the stronger you become in the Force, the more powerful your crystal will grow. This crystal will make an excellent focus for a lightsaber.
AKA, it's the best crystal in the game, and only the player character can use it. Is the bond dangerous?
Quite the contrary. Picture yourself as a sieve, and the Force as water pouring into you. This crystal draws from the excess water that escapes the sieve.
Does the crystal feed off the light side of the Force?
The crystal is in tune with you. It will use whatever water that pours through you, be it dark or light.
Okay. Heirloom. Another violet and another revealer. I actually got a decent haul this time round. Let's go get Master Stubborn. Master who can't hold a candle to Augustine.
You have left me an opening!
Gotta glitch out against the rebel.
This will teach you.
Master Jackass is in the force field.
Halt, settler. This is a restricted area. How the hell did you get through the Kinrath? You should leave.
So the Masters are branching out into kidnapping now.
This isn't kidnapping, this is bounty hunting. This Jedi is worth a lot of credits on Nar Shaddaa, and we're collecting. I'm gonna say this nice and simple for your little calf-hurting head. Unless you want to wind up dead, leave now.
I don't want to fight, but I can't let you take Rook to Nar Shaddaa.
I warned you, but I'm glad you didn't listen. Attack, men!
This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you.
This battle is joint.
Annihilation.
Always rushing into action without thinking of the consequences. What? You're expecting thanks? Khoonda is in danger, and you've ruined the best chance of averting a full-scale conflict.
I just rescued you.
Do you honestly believe 6 mercenaries could keep a Jedi Master hostage? You still have no faith in the Jedi Council.
And you wonder
Every
why.
action has consequences, no matter how small or insignificant they seem. And even the smallest choice has the potential for harm. The Mandalorian Wars was proof of this. Intentions mean nothing if a greater tragedy is caused.
The Mandalorians had to be stopped. The Jedi Council were doing nothing.
Did you think rushing into battle against the Mandalorians did anything but bring more harm to the galaxy? It only served to bring about a second war more dangerous than the first. Countless Jedi died in both conflicts, and everyone who followed Revan and Malak died or returned to the dark side. Except, conveniently, you.
Revan and Malak were misguided, but without them, we'd all be speaking Mandalorian.
Revan acted. You acted. There's no way of knowing what would have happened had you trusted in the Council, much like what you have done today. Enough of this. This is not the time for such arguments. The mercenaries have allied themselves with the Exchange and are planning to attack Khoonda. They've been holding off for the right moment. And now, since they lost their captive Jedi, they'll attack immediately. I'm going to try to reach Administrator Adari. Time is of the essence.
Try and get out the room properly, Rook. That's your first step. Let me check your gear. Yours is still good. And I'm gonna quickly swap the Cypher out for Kreia real quick. Not Krail. Kreia.
What is it?
If you're wondering why, I'll show you in a minute. But first I need to get her leveled. Battle meditation. I'm gonna work on her charisma a little bit, actually. Powers. I mean, I've already got her wisdom to an insanely good level. I want her force powers to actually pack a punch as well as actually just have fast casting. I'm not going to bump up charisma a lot. I'm just going to get her to +2 at least. Alright, alright. I'm thinking too much of D&D. And Grey is fixed. Yep. Anyway, there's a really good influence opportunity with Kreia here, and that's the reason why I brought her out.
You are the Jedi I've heard reports of, and I am Azkul, leader of the mercenaries on Dantooine.
I've learned that you're planning to assault Khoonda.
That is correct, and I want you to help me.
Why would I help you?
According to my reports, I have 4 times as many soldiers as the militia, and I'm committed to taking Khoonda. It is inevitable that I will succeed. If you wish to avoid my men eradicating the people of Dantooine, you will make it easier for me to take Khoonda. Of course, I will pay well for your services.
What do you have in mind?
There are many ways someone with your abilities can aid us. Before the action begins, I have 2 main tasks in mind for you. Disable the gun turrets and the traps.
Alright, I'll help you.
Return to me when you are ready for us to begin our assault. I warn you not to keep me waiting.
Well maneuvered. With both the mercenaries and the militia counting on your aid, you can influence the outcome of the situation as you see fit.
I hope you aren't intending to support that monster. They will slaughter the citizens of Khoonda.
Of course I intend to support Khoonda.
Then I am glad. But I still disapprove of your actions. Using the tools of deception and manipulation will lead you to the dark side.
I mean, I've already maxed out with handmaiden anyway, so I'm not too worried about losing influence there. Plus, I can easily get the influence back with over the Ikari stuff. I was only really bothered about getting the influence with Kreia for that. Let's lay down some mines. I know I don't even have the quest for it yet, but it's always good to get a head start. Okay.
I see you have found the elusive Master Vrook. He's told me that his rescue complicated our situation to some degree. I can't say that I anticipated that. I thank you for finding him, though. Vrook has informed me that the mercenaries devised a plan of attack to annihilate Khoonda itself. I must ask for your aid again, Jedi. Zeron says that even with a plan, the mercenaries have to gather their forces, then coordinate their assault. So we still have time. I'm afraid the militia has not been adequately trained for the task that befalls them.
Who knows about the attack?
Right now, just us and the militia. I don't want to create a needless panic. But be assured I will make sure that all civilians are warned in time so they can get to safety. Though if we lose this battle, nowhere on Dantooine will be safe for settlers for long.
What can I do to help?
Our militia is effective at peacekeeping, but isn't prepared for a full-scale battle. If you can do anything to ready them for the reality of it, that would be helpful. Besides that, look around Khoonda and see what you can do to strengthen our defenses. I know that we don't have the perimeter turrets online, and that alone could make a significant difference. Zeron says there is a considerable chance they will breach Khoonda itself. Anything you can do to slow them down could turn the tide of battle.
Can you give me anything to help?
I have instructed the militia and other Khoonda personnel that you are to be provided with anything that can be spared. Unfortunately, that isn't much.
I'll check out Khoonda's defenses.
Here is a MasterCard key that will open all of the security doors inside Khoonda. Anything that might aid you in your task, please use. Soon, all the civilians will be evacuated. So if you have any business with them, I suggest you take care of it. Whenever you are ready to finalize the defenses, talk with Zeron.
I was right about you. You are trouble, but you might just be the right sort of trouble we need. The mercenaries aren't quick to mobilize, so you have time to do what you need. Or are you ready to finalize the defense plans?
Any ideas what's involved with finalizing the defenses?
Inspecting the perimeter, talking to the troops, and coming up with a battle plan. I've fought in a war or two, but I'm no general. In my experience, people like you are better at strategy. You want a hand in making the plan, you got it.
Any ideas on what I can do to help?
We could use people handy with a blaster. Getting people to join the militia for a short stint would be good. We also got a lot of things that could use fixing. It isn't glamorous, but that type of work sometimes makes a load of difference. Just look around. Plenty to be done.
What kind of things need fixing?
Off the top of my head, The 3 turrets outside Khoonda are on the blink. They went haywire the other day and wounded some of my men, so we took them offline. The men who were wounded by the turrets are holed up in the med lab, but our medic droid is busted, so they're healing slowly. I've had some men lay traps around Khoonda, but nobody here really specializes in demolitions. I'm sure there's some gaps that could be filled. The side security door to Khoonda has been malfunctioning as long as I've been here. It may be best to just seal it off lockdown so nobody gets through. We got some broken assault droids that have been collecting dust for the last 5 years. If they were working, it would help a lot with interior defense. If I had it my way, I'd recruit any citizen of Khoonda that can hold a blaster. But it's hard to convince peaceful farmers to fight, maybe die for a cause.
Okay, Zeron got unreasonably loud in the middle of in the middle of that monologue. How much time do I have?
I don't know for certain. It could be a day or even a week. Depends on how good Azkul is at organizing his men. I'm guessing not so good.
I'm going to see what I can do.
When you're ready, come back and we can talk about the final plans to defend Khoonda.
Right, first
Thanks
up,
for the help. I plan on going back to the farm shortly.
would you be interested in joining the Khoonda militia?
Since you're asking me, I suppose I could. I figure I still owe you for helping me with my thief problem. Zeron has asked me several times before to join the militia, so I expect he's going to be very pleased.
Here's the turrets. Size of computer. Change turret target priority. Attack only hostiles. Alright, here's an opportunity to get light side points back. Treat injury.
Thanks, stranger. I should be back to duty in no time. Thanks, stranger.
Light side farm.
Thanks, stranger. Thanks, stranger.
There we are. Much better. Much better. Yep, Siren. I'm clean! Let's create a breakdown. Let's break down some useless stuff first, like silencer. These twin spinning blades can go. I don't need a blue crystal, I can just transfer it. I need a green. I need a yellow. Need a red. Violet's already taken. Viridian. Bronze is good. I'll keep all the upgrade crystals. Keep all my guns for now. Keep all the grenades as well, because I'll need those. I don't need all these robes, but I can just sell them easy enough. Battle armor can go. Yep. Don't need all these stems. Keep the group blinds for now. Whoops. Do we need some repair parts though? I've now got 10,000 iron. Anyway, creatable. I'll get the parts from first. Get 20 and then 20 of those. Now for the lightsaber stuff. Ultimate diadem. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I need for now. Expert fencing. 4. And Pontite lands. 2, 3, 4. I can make the rest of this for the armor stuff. For the also for armor. Pyrosaur is 5. 1 for Kreia. 1 for Beta. 1 for Visas. 1 for Mandalore coming up. 1 for Disciple. Everyone who'll be doing combat on Dantooine is now sorted. fact, I'm going to do a quick change in party. Bring Atten out.
I hear you.
Get him leveled, and then get him to make me some ranged gear. I'm basically gearing up to, more or less, I'm gearing him up to then, I've got him coming to be like my ranged tank, and at the same time be a stealth saber striker when I'm playing as him in the later stage of the game. That's one for Atten, one for HK, one for Mandalore, 2 for Mira. Not too worried about T3 or Goto. What can I make for the ranged people? Power Pulsator Mark 4. That is good, so I'll get those. 5. 2. 3, 4, 5. Zabrak Heavy, I'm going to give to Atten. The Mandalorian Heavy, I'm going to give to Mira alongside her Mandalorian Ripper. And then I'm also going to upgrade HK's Mandalorian Rifle. Pretty sure I'll pick one up. Yep, here it is. So I'm going to worry about right now for ranged weaponry. That's pretty much everything I can do inside of Khoonda. It has enough when I say it has enough. also going to place some along here. Things I hopefully run into. And then also a couple on the bridge. Never mind. Okay, but Disciple could go away for a minute. Want this to be a handmaiden only thing.
Charanana gundoso remina che l'orak guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu de bitarana chenirara.
I found this Cyber Strand, it has your name on it.
Charanana gundoso remina che l'orak guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu de bitarana chenirara.
Inside of a broken droid, what's your explanation?
Teriwana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemeno totorere senisensen.
Tell me.
Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra delunuta choloren. Teriwana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemeno totorere senisensen. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra delunuta choloren. Teriwana jun konata della raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemeno totorere senisensen.
I believe you. Please take 500 credits to help you.
Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane gra delunuta choloren.
That was generous of you. I do not know if Atris would have been so kind. She has taught that you do not help others by giving them what they can achieve themselves.
Sometimes we all need a little help to reach our potential.
I will be mindful of what you have said. It is not a lesson we were exposed to on Telos.
If Atris continues to keep the Academy secret, many lessons will not be learned.
Atris may seem harsh, but you dishonor her with such comments.
Life has many such lessons. One must learn as we go. Right. Handmaiden should be back to full now. Yep.
Charanana gundoso remina.
Would you be interested to join the Khoonda militia?
Charanana gundoso remina che l'orak guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu de bitarana chenirara.
I'm going to place a couple of extra mines in this minefield. It's not letting me. Okay. I have reached the limit of the mines I can put down. I haven't spoken to Dylan yet. I'm going to go do that now. Then I'm going to go full speed and talk to Joran, and I'm pretty much set for the battle.
You'll find little welcome here, Jedi. For your own good, I recommend you speak to Administrator Adari, quickly finish your business in Khoonda, and go.
Could you answer some of my questions first?
I will answer your questions.
Would you be interested in joining the Khoonda militia?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not too fond of my job, but it's better than the job I'd have if the Mercs took over. I'll report to Zeron for militia duty.
Right. Speak to Joran and I'm done.
Back again, huh? I don't know what more I can say to you, but it's nice to see you again, regardless.
Would you be interested in joining the Khoonda militia?
I hadn't even thought of that. I know the militia will take just about anyone. I need the credits and would like working with people who'll actually watch your back. Well, I want to think it through, but I think I might just go to Khoonda and sign up. Thanks for the idea.
Okay, that's everyone I can recruit. Unless the restored content can give me any more people to recruit over than those 4.
This one is mine.
Let us test ourselves.
Right, I've got everyone. I've sorted out the minefield, I've fixed the turret so they'll be firing only on the mercenaries, and I've reactivated the droids. I've pretty much done everything. I'm gonna get a hard save in. How did I screw up with Dopak? I haven't spoken to Dopak yet. Okay, so for next time, when do I have to talk to Dopak before this stuff happens? I honestly don't remember Dopak at all, so it's no big loss. Okay. I never do Baron's quests, so never mind.
I was right about you. You are trouble, but you might just be the right sort of trouble we need. The mercenaries aren't quick to mobilize, so you have time to do what you need. Or are you ready to finalize the defense plans?
I'm ready to finalize the defense plans.
You sure? Once we're done with that, there may not be any time left before the mercenaries attack.
I'm certain I've done all I can. And don't worry, Tyron will get a save in before I start fighting.
Alright, then we got a lot to do.
Since you are here to bolster Khoonda's defense, I will hurry to the mercenary camp and delay their assault however I can.
Bang!
I imagine that the mercenaries have got 2 goals in this whole thing. Kill me and kill the administrator. The rest of the settlers won't have courage to resist if they succeed.
Go on.
The administrator's locked up in her office tight, which means that the mercs have to go through us and Khoonda's defenses. It isn't gonna be easy. I suspect we're gonna have to fight on the inside. They've got 3 entrances they're gonna try and break in. Here's the front door, the security door on the side, and the garage door in back. We got 3 squads of militia. We can assign people to the front, back, or inside. Backside has to guard 2 entrances. The front will have to fight more people, and the inside will have to deal with any that break through. So, where do you think the first squad should be deployed?
Can you tell me about the squads?
First squad is most experienced. The only squad that could go blaster to blaster against the mercs. Second squad has a lot of passion, but no experience. Third squad is new and not trained too well, and they may break in combat. They need a good leader to make them effective. So, where do you think the first squad should be deployed?
I think the first squad should be in the back.
The battles that had the least dying were always led by Jedi. I'm gonna go with what you think. Where do you want the second squad?
Second squad should be at the main entrance with me.
Alright. Where do you want the third squad, the new recruits?
Inside.
Fine by me. The last question is, where do you want to go? Either the front or the back. I'll take whichever one you don't. That way both sides have leadership.
I'll take the front.
That's what I was thinking too. The main group of mercenaries will be coming through there. Probably be good to put our best soldier there. Once the fighting starts, you gotta stay in your area. We both have to guard our half of the battlefield. Come over to me and the mercs will just charge straight into Khoonda. Thanks to you, they're gonna have a tougher job. That's about it. Now we just need to dig in and wait for the mercs to come.
Have we talked to the men?
Well, I'll tell them what's there to do. I'm not much for words.
I think they could use some encouragement. Maybe I can speak to them.
Alright, I'll assemble the men. I hope you can speak good.
Alright men, listen up. This is your chance to make history for this planet. Tatooine's short history has been a constant tale of rugged people surmounting difficult odds. Never such has been so great, or the future so uncertain. But today is your chapter, your tale. Generations yet born will look upon the upcoming battle with pride and wonder. I will not lie, the risks are great, the threat real, but I would stand beside any one of you proudly as we face our destiny on this field of battle. This is our day, our valiant chance to fight free Tatooine. Who's with me?
I don't have the words. That was really something. I think any one of them would take a blaster bolt for you now. Let's get ready for the mercenaries. If we fall here, all of Tatooine falls with us.
Tell me what you see, soldier.
They're mobilizing the militia. Looks like a lot of activity down there.
They've been warned. It won't be of any use. The plan doesn't change. Captains, prepare your men. Their leader, Administrator Tarina, must not survive the battle. Everything else is secondary to that objective.
Those should have triggered damn cutscenes. That's what they do. Let's keep this. And also, before I get started, save. I'm going to be saving those levels until people need healing.
I shall honor them with battle. I shall honor them with battle.
Wave 2.
honor them with battle.
Yay, like...
This will teach you.
Everyone, on the guard! This one is mine!
We've lost too many soldiers. Fall back inside.
So you're the Jedi. I take it you are responsible for the surprises we've had during this battle. Stand aside. Our quarrel is with a distinguished administrator. This isn't your problem.
Why'd you want her dead?
She's inconvenient and doesn't know the chain of command. She will pay for that.
You can still back away.
You have no idea who you're talking to. I was going to spare your worthless life. I see I was in error. I was trained at Malak's academy. Your tricks won't work on me. You're just another dead Jedi to me.
Sorry I was held up, but it looks like I've arrived in time to pull you out of your predicament.
Kill them all.
Thank you so much for your aid. You can be sure that Dantooine will not forget how the Jedi protected us from this place.
I am happy to help.
We are a humble community, and this conflict has greatly diminished our resources. I hope this reward will be sufficient.
Please keep the credits and use them to rebuild Khoonda.
I am humbled by your generosity. I will put this to good use. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much work to do. Dantooine will be slow to rebuild, but I am confident now that we will one day achieve prosperity.
Khoonda is safe in no small part due to you. I feel certain that the Administrator wouldn't have made it without your assistance. I may have misjudged you. In any case, I am free to talk about whatever you wish.
Where are all the Jedi?
There are a few of us left, but I do not even know if the others still live. We may be the last. We've been forced to divide our forces and retreat to places which will be difficult for our enemies to detect and attack.
Where are these other Jedi?
We have chosen to hide our presences from each other, so that the discovery of one will not endanger the others.
Where have you met with Zez-Kyle upon Nar Shaddaa?
Nar Shaddaa? Why would he go there?
Zez-Kyle was looking for the bounty hunters attacking the Jedi.
It is good that you bring word of him, but you must not speak of it to others. It will only put him and any other Jedi who remain in danger.
How can you contact each other?
We cannot. And we have resolved not to until we have found where the Sith are striking from. But even as our numbers thin, there is still no trace of them. We had hoped to outmaneuver them. By letting them believe themselves victorious, we thought they would become bold and step from the shadows.
What then?
Then, all of us who remained vowed to meet here on Dantooine. From here, we can plan a course of action and carry the battle to them. But so far, they remain in hiding, and Jedi continue to vanish and die. You have more questions for me?
What happened to the Jedi?
We are at war, but it is unlike any war we have fought before. We have yet to even meet our attackers in battle. Somehow our enemy is targeting us through the Force, striking, then retreating to the shadows. The gathering of any Jedi seems to attract them like a beacon. So it was necessary to divide our forces and conceal ourselves for a time until we could learn more of this threat.
Why did you come to Dantooine?
Great tragedies, old battlegrounds, places of suffering, all leave wounds on the galaxy and in the Force. In such places, the deaths of so many echo. So much so that it is difficult to center oneself. By coming here, those echoes serve to mask my presence, allowing me to investigate the ruins and try to find some clues as to who our attackers are.
But if you can mask your presence here, couldn't the other Jedi?
The Mira Luca world of Qatar taught us a terrible lesson. Many Jedi gathered there in an attempt to use the Force to find the location of the enemy. Now the planet is no more. Master Zar, Master Dorak, and many more perished there, and we do not know why or how. But all life on the planet ceased to exist. I was not on Qatar when it was destroyed, but now that it is dead, it has left its echo, like Dantooine. It was after Qatar that the few of us left realized that wherever we gathered, we were placing others in danger, not just Jedi. You have more questions for me?
Are you in hiding?
We were not in hiding, despite what you believe. This threat is striking through the Force. There's a reason that we cannot detect it. It is somehow masking its presence from us.
How is that possible?
I do not know. There are techniques in the Force that hide one's presence and thoughts from other Force users. But I do not believe that such techniques alone would be capable of hiding the enemies we face. It does not seem possible. You have more questions for me?
I need to know why you cast me out of the Order.
Because you defied the Council and followed Revan to war. And from that war came another. Do you know how many worlds were destroyed in those wars? Dantooine, Telos, Sirocco? Do you see now why we counseled caution instead of action? You were the only one to come back and face judgment. But that was because you had lost your connection to the Force. Another casualty of war. No doubt you still blame us for your exile. I had hoped your isolation would give you time to reflect on what had happened, what you had done. But I see it as not. You have more questions for me?
There is one point I think Vrook is absolutely wrong, Tyrant. There is an example of Vrook being a stubborn dickhead of a Jedi. Assuming that you blame the Council for what happened to you, assuming that you still hate the Council. It's clear to me that Atris and Vrook are kind of stuck in their way of being either a hypocrite or being stubbornly stodgy, thinking you are still being bad and also thinking you haven't really thought about what you've done and also what consequences there have been. It is why Kavar and Zez-Kai are pretty much two of my favourite examples of Jedi in the series, because they do not stick to prejudice when there is no reason to. They both see you have thought time and again about what you've done and how it's affected you. They can see you're just wanting answers and to actually have a dialogue with the Council. Why'd you cut me off from the Force?
We did nothing to you. Accuse us if you will, but it will not change the truth. Cutting one off from the Force. Such punishments are reserved for only a few. Although it was within our power, we did not inflict such a loss upon you. Your loss was a casualty of war, no more.
Then what happened to me?
Perhaps that is a question you should ask yourself. It is not something I could help you with, even if I wanted to.
Part re-establish my connection to the Force.
Perhaps it is Dantooine, but I do not feel such from you. I feel nothing but what I felt in the Council Judgment Chamber on Coruscant so long ago. Still, you and your connections were often a subject of debate in the Council. It is possible that returning to known space, journeying with others, has caused the Force to stir within you again. You have more questions for me?
At the end of my trial, you and the other masters were talking about something that happened to me. What was it?
You have seen the end of your trial? Perhaps you would like to explain how you came to this knowledge.
I heard it in a whole transcription of my trial.
That was intended only for the Jedi Council. If what remains of the Council chooses to tell you, then I will abide by their decision and its consequences.
Don't you think I have the right to know?
There is little I can tell you. Master Kavar felt something had happened to you in the war, but all he had was suspicions, not truths. And Kavar was too close to you in any event. He, too, felt the call of war and took to battle more than a Jedi should. His speculations would not help you now, but enough of this. It is knowledge for the Council alone until they choose to reveal it. You have more questions for me?
There. Right there, Tyrant. That line from Rook is perfect evidence as to why we think Kavar is your master. And Kavar should be your master. Well, your former master. Do you know Force bonds and how to end them?
Force bonds? Yes. It is the bond that grows between master and student. Are you saying you have bonded with another?
Yes, and the connection is potentially lethal.
Such bonds normally grant strength to both, but not to such a degree. Are you certain? Perhaps it is merely what you believe. Still, your ability to form such connections, to influence others, was always a subject of discussion, even when you were a student here. Perhaps it is a punishment of a sort. But a bond that ties two lives together, such bonds do not seem natural to me. And with your loss of connection to the Force, it seems such a connection would be impossible. Perhaps it is Dantooine. Still, it is possible. You have more.
The Sith have revealed themselves.
Have they? I've seen no evidence of them upon Dantooine. Only murderers and raiders.
They exist and they've already attacked me.
Why would they attack you? You are no Jedi. You cannot feel the Force.
They believe me to be a Jedi. That's enough for me.
For some reason, I believe you. Still, I am curious as to how they would know to find you. Your trial was not public knowledge. Regardless, these Sith have struck, and you survived. This is more knowledge than I had before. And that means the Jedi may gather.
Thank you, Atris.
If you can find others, or find some trace of the Sith threat, then we shall gather here on Dantooine. And from there we may decide what can be done. You have more questions for me?
I'll be going.
I suppose there is something I should show you. It will keep you alive long enough to prove useful. I'm only going to demonstrate this once. This is the Sheen form, a defensive stance that's good when you're outnumbered, which is most of the time. This form will increase your ability to deflect blaster fire, and it increases the odds of dealing critical strikes against your attackers. I don't know how you learned that so quickly. Still, your form is sloppy. Keep practicing to tighten it up and you'll be fine.
Short lightsaber. I suppose that would be useful for Ratten for now. Let's level everyone up now. Yeah, let's max out Jedi Defense. I'm pretty sure I've got everything I want. I can get more stuff later on. So let's work on getting the enlightenment powers to max. That's what I'm thinking, Tyron, for the next 3 levels. After this one, I'm going to be working on enlightenment, and then I'll just get some more nifty powers for later on in the game. That'll be handy, like throw a lightsaber and mind trick. Master of Vitalize, and what else? I guess I'll work on your enlightenment power. On your enlightenment powers, Mr. Buff Jedi. Feats. I should work on your Jedi Defense. Master Revitalize for you as well, just cause. And looting we will go. Sorry, Dopak. If only Tyra reminded me that you had a quest. And I remembered who you were.
I'll be glad to return to my farm and retire my blaster for good now.
Did all the named people survive? You survived. Swear I saw some loot around the back. Dylan survived, that's good. I don't really care whether or not Joran survived. Probably did. There's going to be some HK droids around this corner, so I'm going to pull out HK real quick.
Ready to serve.
Well, isn't this weird to see? I know we can't fight them, Tyron. The reason I'm bringing him out is because this will be the third group that I've brought him for, and that will unlock the HK factory for later in the game. I know he doesn't, but I think it's more fun to have him there. The HK dialogue is more fun with him there. Let me give you your Mando assault rifle. Here it is. I know it will.
Diagnostic. For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement.
This was not anticipated. I am attempting to access my weapon systems, and I cannot. Alarmed embarrassment. If this gets back to the other units, we will be decommissioned.
Whoop-de-doo! Real quick, I'm just gonna change my lightsaber form.
Failing, Master.
Thank you, X-Shay, that'll be all.
Greetings and good day. May I be of any further service to you? Processing. Exterior damage analysis. Level 7 impairment. Multiple casing breaches detected. Bipedal servos misaligned by 32 degrees. Memory storage overflow. Memory unit is approximately 56 months overdue for maintenance.
Fix the droid.
Greetings, Jedi. Welcome back to Dantooine.
Hey, did that droid just call you a Jedi?
That's right.
A Jedi. I've got to tell the others. You are not a Jedi. The droid is malfunctioning.
Next time, there might be another way to convince someone of your point of view.
Sorry, but I just want to loot. It's a video game. Ah, silver crystal. Very nice. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses as to which character I'm gonna give the silver crystal to, Tyron. Nope. Two more guesses.
Command, you will talk. Defiant statement. There is nothing you can do to me. Do your worst. Agonized exclamation. My photoreceptors! My photoreceptors! Statement. I shall up the charge of your circuits next time. Now, answer the question. Posturing statement. I will never talk. Statement. Then I will have to settle for your screams.
That is one sick droid.
Statement. My prisoner has revealed something of interest. Allow me to share it with you. Statement. The facility that is creating these cruder, unsophisticated versions of me is located on Telos. I propose we go there and turn it into a smoldering crater.
You alright?
The more worlds we travel to, the more questions I have.
What worlds?
Not just the hardships of the people, but something more.
It's difficult to turn away from the suffering of others, and that is why one must help when they can.
You are right. But there is something more at work here.
There's something about the worlds themselves, isn't there?
Yes. These dead worlds, they have a pattern to them. They were all touched by the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War. But sometimes, well, I feel as if they are all connected in some other way. The attacks on Qatar, Telos itself, the decay on Dantooine. Something is wrong with life. The connections have been damaged, sickened. Sometimes I feel like I almost understand and then it just slips away.
So close.
Do you know what it is?
No, I do not. But I do think there is some greater plan at work here.
Yep, and yet so far. Perhaps when we visited all these worlds, more will come clear.
Perhaps. Dantooine is only one of the worlds. It was only the start of the journey. I would like to study the other locations. It is curious that the Jedi Masters chose those worlds to travel to. I wonder if the two are linked, but I know not how.
Give you a Zabrak, and in your offhand I'll give you the short lightsaber. Upgrade that for you in a minute. Beta's good. You kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? I've lost the freaking... Yeah, I said bronze for Atten. Here's your bowcaster, I'll upgrade it for you in a minute. Praise good. Nope. got a final guess, Tyron. As many as I can, yes.
Yes, General?
Some more forms.
Don't worry, I'm a quick learner. Thank you, General. That might prove... Yes, General?
Techniques.
If you think they'll help. It'll take practice. Yes, General?
Techniques.
If you think they'll help. It'll take practice, but I think I can pick that up. Yes, General? If you think they'll help. It'll take... Yes, General? If you think they'll help. It'll take practice. Yes, General?
Taught you everything I can. HK, time for some
Statement. Master, if you could indulge me for a moment, I must express some degree of irritation at your actions. Perhaps my anticipation of working with one who served at Malachor 5 was too high, but you are countering all those expectations.
And how is that?
Statement. Well, all your behavior up to this point suggests either strong atonement or confirmation that the atrocities attributed to you during the war were in fact accidents.
I'm not proud of what I did during the wars, and I do not wish to discuss it.
Statement. I suspected as much, Master. There are few who would discuss such things with an assassination droid, and that is perfectly understandable. I mean, what use is there for communication in a galaxy such as ours? Understanding might be achieved, or sympathies might be gained by such callous acts. You are right to remain silent about your past. I have seen the damage that repressing such things brings, and it is far preferable to share such traumas.
Why did you ask about the Mandalorian Wars?
Answer. Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context.
Nope.
I confess to being somewhat needy that way.
I'm keeping visas with purple. Since you didn't guess it, I plan to give both Silver and possibly Viridian as well to Mira. What do you mean?
Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even a galaxy. The repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether dead or alive, can have profound implications on history. But surely you realize this.
It's a very human perspective.
Statement. Master, please, any comparisons between me and your meatbag status leaves a fluctuating, intermittent charge through my control clusters. I was only trying to bring death and its impact to your attention.
How's that?
Statement. Why your own life, Master? Your single life changed the face of the galaxy, of history itself. Malachor 5 was an impressive act of destruction, but its impact on the lives of others in the galaxy was far more extreme. I mean, Master, you brought about the death of the Mandalorian race. I doubt they realize it yet, but you dealt them a blow from which they will never recover.
Don't attempt to justify my actions, or yours.
Retort. Oh, Master, I am attempting to justify nothing, merely making an observation. Nothing would change the fact that I derive pleasure from ending the lives of others. I was only trying to bring death and its impact to your attention. Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
I found a Navi-computer you tampered with. Any idea why it's locked?
Query. Indeed, I was unaware that the Navi-computer was locked.
Yes, it's voice printed.
Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious.
You can move languages, right? Can you unlock it?
Statement. I suppose so, Master, but I would need to know who voice-locked it, and regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class. Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
Who's your previous master?
Statement. Master, that is a question that has an extremely complicated answer. You see, I do not believe my master knew who he was most of the time, which led to some confusing situations that could have otherwise been avoided.
Not sure I understand.
Clarification. Suffice to say that my master had his ups and downs, and in my opinion, traveled from a high point in his life to a low point. He developed qualities such as mercy, compassion, and even love for others. It was really rather revolting. Still, my master had some remarkably efficient droid-like qualities which I admired. He, too, suffered memory problems, as I did.
Memory problems?
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. As indicated upon my reassembly, my central control cluster is damaged, making recalling my previously stored assassination protocols difficult. I hope that over time I shall eventually reach the status and skill I possessed before I was damaged.
Also, Tyron, while I'm on the subject, we talked about quote-unquote mind rape at the Jedi Council last night, right? I actually still would consider what the Council did to Revan as mind rape, simply because they weren't only wiping its memory, they were also reprogramming it to fit their end, which that is what I would consider mind rape. If they just left it at wiping his memory and let him come to help them on his own with maybe some encouragement with Bastila, that would be fine. But it was also the reprogramming of his memories. That was my issue. What's the last thing you remember?
Recollection. The last thing I remember is having my core wiped from the last 5 years. I believe my master was responsible.
Why?
Answer. Even with my memory impairment, I recall that my master was about to embark on a dangerous journey. Conjecture. I believe there was something about my master's destination that he did not wish me to know.
You alright?
Answer. I am somewhat disappointed that my master did not choose to take me along, of course. Wherever my master traveled, destruction and death were assured. Speculation, but I suspect I was not the only one left behind. So there is some satisfaction that the disrespect was spread through the rest of his whiny, simpering meatbag allies.
Whiny?
Statement. Oh, yes. My master had quite the collection of tortured individuals that seemed unable to confront their basic personality conflicts. Let me cite some specific examples. Mockery.
Oh, Master! I do not trust you! I cannot trust you or anyone ever again!
Mockery.
Oh, Master, I love you, but I hate all you stand for. But I think we should go press our slimy, mucus-covered lips together in the cargo hold.
Conclusion. Such pheromone-driven human responses never cease to decrease the charge in my capacitors, and make me wish I could press a blaster pistol to my behavior core and pull the trigger. I am pleased that this does not seem to be the case with your current entourage.
Right.
Statement. Yes, well, enough of that painful stroll through what remains of my memories. Was there something else you wish to know? Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
Why'd you ask me about the Mandalorian Wars?
Answer. Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context. I confess to being somewhat needy that way.
What do you mean?
Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even a galaxy. The repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether dead or alive, can have profound implications on history. But surely you realize this.
It's a very human perspective.
Statement. Master, please, any comparisons? I was only Statement. Master, before you go, I had a question for you.
Well, you may not like the answer, but go ahead.
Query. I must express some degree of confusion concerning your actions. You are the one who followed Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not?
I am the one whose game has crashed, am I not? I'm the one who's apparently got a black screen of death, am I not? Give me a second to reboot. Well, game has decided to crash on me, so I may as well stop streaming for the night. Give me a sec time and we'll talk about this. For the rest of you, I'll just skip through what we already addressed and we'll come back on Thursday.